Hello guys, welcome back. So in this video we'll be discussing how to actually send a CSV data, a simple CSV data to a database table. So for this I'll be creating a job and we will even fix if we have any exceptions in between. So just watch carefully. It's very simple. Okay. So when you actually open Talend ETL, you see something like this. Okay. So I'll just go to job designs, create job. So I'll just give the job name saying like CSV, sorry, CSV to database table. So this is my job name. So I'll just click finish. Okay, so this is my job name, CSV to database table. So for this we need to have a sample CSV data, right? So for that I have actually downloaded a simple sales data from internet actually, so to make it to make it quicker, working on some real data. Okay, so here you can see we have some order numbers and the first row is the columns you can see, and it has some number of rows like 2824, that means 2823 line number rows of records. So first row will actually be the header. Okay, so we'll actually insert this data to a database table. So we'll see how we can do that. Okay, so for that we'll go to ETL, and in the metadata you can see we have a file delimited. So I'll just uh, right click on this, create a file delimited, and here just give the name sales data. Okay, and just click next. So you can see it's asking for the file path. So browse. So I have it in downloads. So this is the sales data example, sales data sample. This is it. So you can see all my data has been shown here, so all of them. So I'll just click on next. So here this is a comma separated file. We'll make sure whether it's a comma separated or some specific code, Unicode separator. Okay, so how to check that is go to your file. So the sales sample, open with notepad++. Okay, you can see we have all the commas here. That means this is purely a comma separated value. Okay, so go to your Talend job. So here you can see we have semicolon, the field separator. Just go with the comma here, and the header will be the first row. Just select the first row, and here you can see set heading rows as the column names. Yes, click on this and just refresh it. Now you can see the first column, so something is wrong here, so the header it is taken second column here. Okay, just go with the first one, refresh. Okay, now you can see order number, quantity ordered, and so on. Just make sure the first column is order number and the last column is deal size, and we have two more columns here. We'll see whether we have those things in our table or not. Okay, so deal size is fine, but we have two more columns showing extra here, so we don't need those columns. I'll show you how to remove those things. So just click on next. So from the below you can see we have two more extra columns, so this doesn't have any data in it. Let me check. It's showing 6 and 5. We'll just make sure if we have any data in that. Not at all, there is no data in this. So we'll just remove these columns, delete and delete. So these are the columns, and by default if you see here, we, based on the column, the value, the type is automatically taken by the Talend ETL, so you don't need to much worry about this. But if you want make sure this field is purely going to be string or some different data type, you can actually change the data type here itself. Okay, if you want this to be some string and so on, so like that. So quantity ordered will actually be integer itself. Okay, and so I would suggest you guys to go with doubles for this. So numeric, the transactional values or the sales values, some units or the price which are related to some currency should be in a double, so that actually gives you some perfect output when you actually write some queries. So I have faced these issues, so this is something better thing you need to know. So double, okay, so you have price, just go with the double here, okay, and order line number, sales, and so on. Okay, so based on this you can actually change. For the double I'll be giving the 19 comma 2, precision will be 2, okay, and for the string I'm actually making it like 20 is better enough. So here we have one column with date, okay, so I'll just go for the column here. What's the date column? So here we can see we have order date, which is in the format, let me check. So month, date, and year. So this is month, this is date, and this is year. So hours and minutes, I hope so. Okay, so order date will actually convert this field to date. Okay, so go to order date. So where is order date? Here, just scroll, so it's here. So we'll change this to date. Okay, so date, and we'll give the pattern to different one. So month, so how is the pattern we have in our file, which is month, date, and year. Okay, so just remove this one. So month slash date slash year, oh sorry, okay, and we have space, hours. So I think this is not necessary to consider, but we'll actually make this hours and minutes. Okay, so we'll just make that like space hours colon minutes. Okay, so you can make it HH and MM. So that's it. So we'll just click on finish. So just leave it by default however it is. Just finish it. Now we are ready with the metadata. So sales data, just drag the sales data to your canvas and make sure the file input delimited is selected, and we'll actually go with the tMAP. tMAP is actually used to process the data and send it to wherever you wanted it. Okay, so we have the tMAP for testing purpose to make sure that all our fields are working fine without any errors. So we'll actually check that using a tlog row. Okay, so tlog row, so this is actually used to check the data before you actually send it to actual destination. So tlog row helps you with that thing. Okay, so sales data row, so main, go to tMAP1 and tMAP2 the tlog row. Okay, so okay, I'm sorry, so in the tMAP we need to actually configure this whole thing. So in tMAP it's actually so if the requirement is only for some specific columns actually, so you no need to actually select all the columns to the database table. You no need to send all the columns to the database table. So you can actually minimize those columns here. So if the requirement is only order number, phone, address 1, and state, so you can actually click on this and drag only the specific fields. So to the database table only these fields will be sent. But in our case what we'll do is we'll send all the columns and check whether they are inserting perfectly or not. Okay, so I'll just delete this one. So I'll select Ctrl A and I'll just drag all those things here. Fine, so you see the same things here. So I think I have forgot something here. So for the price each I forgot to mention, so 19,2, no problem. So 19,3 is also fine, it's not a problem. So make sure the length is never blank or 0, so it will actually throw an exception at the time when you're trying to send this data to database table. So make sure all the columns is having some minimum length and precisions for some value related columns, like price related columns. Okay, so that should help. So I'll just click on apply. Okay, so from here I got all the columns here and I'll be sending them here. Okay, right click, row out. Now here I'll just try to run this job and check. Run. Okay, so there is some problem here. So it says could not parse column order date. So there is some problem in parsing the order date. Okay, so I'll just close this one. Also, I'll just click here. So I'll just remove this hours and minutes here. Okay, because there is no value for that, right? So let me run this now and check. So it says details, unparsable date, month, date and year. Okay, so hours colon minutes. So just a minute, let me check what's happening actually. So I'll just go to tMAP and see what's the problem. So here, okay, so I have actually changed this to different format, but it's still showing the same. Let me change back to this thing. So month, date, year, and you can make this to space hours and seconds, sorry, minutes. Okay, just copy this and paste the same thing here. So I think this should work now without any problem. So I'll just run the job. Okay, fine. So now there is no problem with the date. So it says 2/24/2003 and so on. So it's taking 12. That 00 by default is taking like 12. So if you want this should be 00, you can actually change that to capital H, which will actually take it as 24 hours time. So this is actually taking like 12 hours time. So if you change this to capital H, so this will convert the time to 24 hours. So to make sure that your CSV data and the database data matches. So in the CSV data we have like 0:00. So we should make sure that the database is also having the same format. Okay, so I'll just try to run this again. Clear, run. So that's it. So you can see now we have the date and 0,00. Now we are ready with the data. So we have processed the data in the tMAP. Now we'll send this to database. So I'm actually using Postgres. Okay, so I'll be sending this to my localhost Postgres server. Okay, so I'll just delete this one. So here I'll write tPostgres output. Okay, so right click on this row output and the same thing here. So here, so the what the best thing which I go with the action on table will be drop table if exit and create. So this is the best one which I use. It doesn't mean this all of them not the best one, depends on your requirements. Okay, so here I'll just go with the localhost and 543 is the port and database is foodmart. I would be sending this. Okay, and schema will be public and username is Postgres by default and the password will also be the same. Okay, so Postgres, finish, and the table I'll just make it as sales data converted from CSV to table, just to make sure that this is the same table which I have created. Okay, so if I search for this table in my database, I hope this should not be available. Oh, sorry, I'll just switch off this one, go with the local host. I'll create a new one. So select star from, so this is the table name which I have given there. So I'll try to run this job now. I hope there is no problem now. So insert, so save is the best one all the time. So run it. If we have any exception, we'll try to fix them. Okay, so insert into CSV data table. So value is too long. Something is having the blank for this. Okay, so we'll actually try to check which is the table. Okay, so it's actually wearing 8 and it says that thing. Okay, we'll go to tMAP. So most of the thing, it's the problem would be in the tMAP itself. So we have all. Okay, something which is less than 8 is actually causing this issue. What we'll do is, for time being, we will actually change all these string values to say like 100 characters. So that will actually fix this issue. Okay, so I'll remove everything from this, so that if I do changes in this if I do the changes in this part, so those won't get reflected here. So I need to do the changes here as well. So I'll just remove all these things and I'll make this to 100. So for order number, so this is string. So check for another string. So you have string here. So you have string here. So based on the size, you can actually make, for time being, to make it quick. So I'm actually going with this kind of stuff. So this is not a recommended one. You can actually go with the size which is best size. So I'll make this integer to say like 20. Okay, so this is also 20, this is also, oh sorry, this is also 20 and integer 20. So date, so float 19,2. So for sales, it's the best recommended one is double actually, but you can just check it as you require. So this will be 20. Okay, now I'll just move these things again. So drag it here. Oh sorry, I have only dragged one here. Delete, drag all of them. So that's it, we are ready with the data. So you can see all of them which are affected here also got affected here. Yes, now let me try to run this. There should not be any issue. We'll just check it. Oh, so we still have character wearing 9. Okay, character must be only one character, right? So there is something character in this that is actually causing this issue. We don't have any field. So deal size is string. We have more than 9 characters for this. Oh my god, I don't believe so. So we'll just check and make it to 100. This is string. This is also string. Yes. Okay, so it says that the value in this column is greater than 9, so you need to modify the value. That's what it was saying actually. So run it. Okay, so data has been processed, has been sent to Postgres. So let me check in my table. Oh great, so we are done. So here you can see all the data has been inserted. So we'll just make sure if the rows are matching. So we have 2824 rows here, and that means 2823 will be the row count, and because the first row will actually be the column name for your CSV. So just you can simply write count here. Okay, so 2823, that's fine. Okay, so this is the way you can actually insert some CSV data to your database table. So So that's it guys. So in the next video we'll actually look into some filters concept, and we'll actually work on aggregating the data and so on. So just stay tuned for this Talend tutorials. So we'll meet with some next good video in the next tutorial. Okay, so that's it guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks.